Do you ever feel like you do it wrong? You fill in the it. We're told how to do it. We're shown how to do it sometimes. And it makes no sense to us. And we try it over and over again. And the way we were told to do it is not working for us. What I've learned and what I'm learning is we have to do the way we do what we do. And in doing what we do the way we do it, we can then learn how it's working, how it's not working, what we can do to change it so that it works better, and keep moving and doing forward. Do 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 do. When I'm in a jam, I got to do 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 do. Have you found it's the same for you? Do 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 do. When I'm in a jam, I've got to do. Anything's better than sitting around. When I'm busy, it's harder to frown. So I might as well make a plan. So when tough times come, I can stand. When I'm in a jam, I got to do. Have you found it's the same for you? That's the Reader's Digest version, and that's referring to the books that were not really books, that were kind of a synopsis, a larger synopsis, kind of a shorter book, an easier version. They would have 4 books, like in a book about that thick, but they were kind of about that big. Anyway, that's the short version of Do Do Do. This is the song I wanted to share with you today, and it's called I Thought I Had a Call to Grace. I have up here my Make It a Great Day, is it acronym? Yeah, acronym. And the first one is Grace, and that's what I'm going to be speaking about today. And I'm going to go through them this year individually. And grace for yourself and others. We can grant ourselves grace. Grace is that acceptance, that encouragement, that forgiveness, that support. Grace is undeserved support. And it often comes from, for me, from the divine. And it's that grace, that's where my songs come from. Those are grace-filled experiences for me. That's the way I choose to see them. And I'm very grateful for them because they pulled me out of so many dark places. And if there are dark places you go sometimes, I hope that you can also receive that grace for yourself. Grant it to yourself and grant it to others, because you are doing the best you can with what you understand and with how you're feeling in your body and with what you're believing. All those things affect what we do and how we perceive and judge or accept what we do. And one thing that really helped me in not judging others and not judging myself as harshly as often is to just grant myself the grace that I know I'm doing the best I can, and grant you the grace that I know you're doing the best you can, given who and what we believe at this moment. And so grace is so important. And here is a song called I Thought I Had a Call to Grace. I thought I had a call to grace, to share lyric and song, words that reached into the soul and a bit beyond. And though some were blessed, my will to try was cut by judgment and rejection from those I chose to trust. I gathered thoughts on bits of paper where I was, and I moved to digital without knowing enough. I lost precious things when violations fear paralyzed me. For a while, I thought I had a call to grace, to share lyric and song, words that reached into the soul and a bit beyond. Is there a call or gift you feel pressed to share? And have you felt rejection there? What can I learn from who I've become? What I believed, where I have run? How can I get back to the blessed place where I believe? I believe I am a child of grace. In my journal entry, because that's a lot what my songs are, kind of like that Anna Nylek song, I think that was her first name, about the train tracks and you can't get off it, and you go down one way all the way, 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. 2 a.m. Yeah, that song there, that's a fun one. Well, at least I can relate to it. I'm sure you do too. If you liked it, you probably related to it. But anyway, in this song here, I say that my will to try was cut by judgment and rejection from those I chose to trust. The thing is, yes, that's actually what happened, except because I chose to trust them, they are a reflection of what I was actually believing about myself already, that what I was doing wasn't sufficient. And then they just mirrored back to me that, well, yeah, you're actually not good enough. You're doing a very lousy job, and that can't represent what we're trying to represent here. So the judgment and rejection I felt in this journal entry had to do with my personal judgment of myself and my personal rejection of myself, because I have not the ability to see anything in the world that I am not already believing and seeing in myself. James Allen put it this way. We think in secret, it comes to pass. Our life, a looking glass. That's a little bit paraphrased. But that which we believe is that which we see. And then in the other part of the song, it says, what can I learn from who I've become, what I've believed, and where I have run? And how can I get back to the blessed place where I believe I am? I believe I am a child of grace. So, where I am, sometimes I talk about that as being point pink, point present. The other one's supposed to be green. I can't find my green one. Anyway, so our point pink, point green is gone. Oh no, if we don't have a point green, our A to our B, we can't get there. So we'll put that little visual down. But if we want to get from this point to this point, and actually on there it looks better going here, because left to right, because this is my left, but here, point A to point B, point pink to point green. What can I learn from who I've become, what I've believed, where I've run? So where I am, who I've become, what I believe. How can I get to the place where I believe I'm a child of grace, where I grant myself that grace, where I receive that grace from my God, where I'm willing to receive that grace from you? And how can you do that? I have to be honest about where I am. I have to be honest about who I've become, even if I don't like who I've become. That's paramount. I have to know where I am and who I am in order to decide where I am going and who I want to become. And then I'll know if I'm getting there. And in going from this to this, if I've already started going from this to this in the past, and somewhere in here I hit a wall or a resistance, I'll probably hit that same resistance. So how am I going to get through it? These are questions we have to ask ourselves. And as we do that, and as we write those things down, we can clearly see where we are, where we want to be, who we are, who we want to be. And then in this middle part, write down what it is that we know is going to be a resistance and has been in the past, because if you look at it very often, you'll notice that whatever is the resistance, those beliefs and those attitudes, they always come up. Doesn't matter what your point A and point B is, doesn't matter what goals you are focusing on. The resistance is always some incantation of the same thing. So then, what are those resistance? Write those down. And then what are the ways we can experiment on how to get through that resistance? Instead of letting that resistance stop us, what will we do? And then, in our morning meditation, or even written out for us to read, when this happens, I will do this. And we can practice those kinds of activities in our mind, or we can say them verbally. I know that's kind of a lot, but I bet some of you get it. You probably already do it. Thank you for sharing these few moments with me where I've shared with you the bit about grace and about how it's really important for us to do what it is we do so that we can know where we are, so that we can know what we believe, and make those decisions on what we're going to do from where we are and who we are. And there's a scripture in the religion I grew up in. It says, organize yourself and prepare every needful thing. That's the start of it. And I would always get overwhelmed with that because there's a lot of needful things. And so I have to think, okay, I'm going to prepare every needful thing. And I would encourage you to pick one thing and one place and prepare every needful thing for that one thing and that one place, that start point and that end point. and then prepare those. What are the resistances? What are the walls? And what am I going to do and experiment with to get through them? And then keep track of that. Anyway, I thank you for spending these few moments with me. And I encourage you to make it a great day for you. And that starts with grace. If you like this video, if you like what I do on my channel, be sure to hit the like button, share, and comment. I would like to know you better. You certainly know me if you watch my videos. I'm very open. I have a daughter who says, yeah, you do emotional a lot. And that's okay. She wasn't judging me for it. She just was saying that that's right. That's the way you communicate. Anyway, I'm Sarah D. Make it a great day.